What's goody, everybody? It's me, BaleFire, and I have a story slash life update slash news. I just got a job, and guess where? Take a guess. Take a guess. Right now, take a guess. You're probably wrong. Hopefully you're wrong, because look! What? I just want to tell the story on how it happened. So the other day, probably like 2 weeks ago, my sister and her best friend came into my room. They're like, hey, you should apply for Universal. So I was like, okay, why not, right? But previously, probably like a month before, I just finished getting a job interview. This job interview was at Zoomies, the store Zoomies. Yeah, you suck, Zoomies, for not accepting me. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't accept me because I would never had this offer to get this job. I went to Zoomies. I didn't know it was a freaking group interview. So I went over there and everyone's dressed like in jeans and a shirt, and I'm a freaking fruit, and I went like super well dressed with a tie. You gotta dress to impress, right? So I went over there, whatever, and I ended up flunking it. Bro, I didn't stick out at all. These other people definitely got a job. There was 7 of us, okay? I don't know how many people were there planning on hiring, but there were 7 of us. That's all I have to say. Group interviews suck. So anyways, so I say anyways a lot, dude. Let's have a counter down here and see how many times I say anyways. I was about to say it again. So whatever, I finished applying. I went to apply on I was applying in Universal. And thinking of Universal, you're like, oh my gosh, this place is kind of impossible. Well, at least for me, I think it's impossible to get a job in there. I feel like you have to have a connection, or you have to be over 18 or something. But apparently they hire minors, so I was like, okay, so let me apply. So I applied to be a Starbucks barista. People who make coffee, if you don't know what barista is, they make the coffee, whatever. They do hire at 16, so I was like, oh cool, maybe I get the benefits. I didn't even think anything of it. I didn't think I was gonna get the job at all. So the very next day, I'm on my computer like I always am on YouTube. I see a phone call, Orlando, Florida. I'm like, okay. So I pick it up. They're like, hey, this is Universal Studios. Is this Gabriel Walden? I breathed like that loud. Like, it was so embarrassing. Like, it was pretty cringy, embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh. I embarrassed myself completely. I just didn't think I was gonna get this phone call. So it was like super overwhelming. Oh yeah, this is Gabriel Walden. And they're like, oh, I said my last name, whatever. You guys know my last name now. That's great. It's like, oh, Gabriel, we can't hire you as a Starbucks barista, but we do have a balloon handler slash crowd control. So thinking of a balloon handler, guys, I don't know for you guys, but for me, the first thing that came to my head is me pushing a little cart around, selling balloons to little kids and stuff. So I was like, balloon handler, hey guys, it's Universal, I'll probably get all the benefits, why not? So I'm like, okay, I'll do it, why not? So she's like, okay. So I go, they're like, okay, you have an interview. That interview was this weekend that just passed. So I went to the interview, whatever, I went to the pre-interview. She's like, oh, she's like, this pre-interview, dude, they have like, let me tell you, a bunch of people were in there. But thank the Lord that it was a one-on-one interview. So I got to go sit with the lady, and the lady's like, so, asking me questions. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm homeschooled, so my days are pretty much always open. She's like, okay, so we will set you with a manager and just go sit back down. So I sit down, wait there. So I go into the manager's office, and he sits me down, and he's like, listen, you got the job. So I was like, yeah. That's great. But inside, bro, I was like, oh my god! And so I was like, yes! So I was so happy, but I was like, oh, balloon handler, I'm gonna be walking around. I didn't really care. I enjoy Universal, especially if I could be selling balloons in Harry Potter area, you know? But anyway, so he's like, I don't know if you know what a balloon handler is. I was like, yeah, selling balloons, right? And he's like, no, not at all. So he pulls out this booklet, and if you guys don't know, there's a Macy's parade. There's a parade called the Macy's Parade. It's in New York. They have it every like Thanksgiving, every Christmas time. They have like a live stream of the parade on the news. I don't know if you guys know, there's like SpongeBob balloons, huge balloons, whatever. So if you guys know, like those huge Santa balloons and everything, there's people under it holding it. There's like a group of people. So yeah, that's me. I'm a balloon handler. So I was like, whoa, this is much cooler than I thought. I'm under these huge balloons. And they're like, it's the easiest job ever. It is seasonal, so it's a month only, the parade is. So I was like, hey, is there any opportunities for me to get a job at all through this? And they're like, yeah, if you perform well, don't worry, we'll hook you up with another job. So I was like, yeah. Not only that, guys, it's my first job, and it's $10 an hour, so thank the Lord, bro. It was purely just, it was like a miracle. I got the job. I was so happy. I have orientation and training the 30th and the 1st and the 2nd, 3-day training, and then I start. It's pretty great. I'm a minor, so I won't get full hours, but we'll see. They said that you can go to the state and they can give you a letter to work 40 hours. I don't know if that's true. I can financially support my YouTube channel finally. Planning on buying a camera. I know I have a camera here, but I use this for vlogs and stuff like this. But I will use my other camera for filming and stuff, because I usually use Jake's camera, and his camera's great. This camera's great. Yeah, camera's great. And I'm planning on upgrading my computer. And that's it, guys. I'm super happy, so I just wanted to share this with you because you guys are like a family to me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I can get into Universal whenever I want, by the way. So there's gonna be some Universal vlogs. And we'll end it with this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new, and check out some of my other videos. And once again, my name is Gabriel, aka BaleFire, and I'll catch you guys freaking next time.